Hello guys, welcome to my video, and now we have the summary for the chapter 11, build a small network design. Devices in a small network topologies comprises one router, a couple of switches, and the user PCs. Access to internet through a single one-link cable or DSL. Management usually by a third-party company. Device selection for a small network. Security, quality of service, VoIP, L3 switching, and AT and DHCP. IP addressing for a small network. Address space is crucial component for a network design. All devices connected to the network require an address. The address key must be planned, documented, and maintained. Address-based documentation can be very useful for troubleshooting and control. Address documentation is also very important when controlling resource address. Small network applications protocols. Common applications. Network applications used to communicate over the network. Email clients and web servers are examples of this type of application. Application layer services. Programs that interface with the network and prepare data for transfer. Each service uses protocols which define the standards and data formats to be used. Common protocols. Processes on either end of the communication session. How messages are sent and the expected response. Types and types and syntax of messages. Meaning of informational fields. Interaction with the next lower layer. Voice and video applications. Infrastructure. VoIP, IP telephony, real-time applications. Scale to larger networks. Small network growth. To scale a network, several elements are required. Network documentation, device inventory, budget, traffic analysis, protocol analysis. Understand the protocols in use in the network. Protocol analyzers are tools designed to help in that task. Capture traffic in high utilization times and in different locations of the network. Analysis results allow for more efficient way to manage traffic. Employee network utilization. Be aware of how network use is changing. A network administrator can create and person IT snapshots of employee application utilization. Network security. Security threats and vulnerabilities. Types of threats. Digital intrusion can be costly. Intruders can gain access through software vulnerabilities, hardware attacks, or stolen credentials. Common types of digital threats include those listed in this graphic. Physical security. Hardware, environmental, electrical maintenance. Types of vulnerabilities. Three primary vulnerabilities. Technological configuration, security policy. Endpoints can be under attack, such as servers and desktop computers. Any of these three vulnerabilities can be exploited and used in attacks. Network attacks. Types of malware. Viruses, worms, Trojan horses. Reconnaissance attacks. Discovery and mapping of systems and services. Acquire enough information in the target system or network to facilitate the search for vulnerabilities. Common tools rely most on free and public internet services such as DNS and voice. Port scanners and packet sniffers are also commonly used in reconnaissance. Access attacks, passwords attacks, trust exploitation, port redirection, man in the middle. Denial of service attacks, although simple, denial of service attacks are still dangerous. Prevent authorized people from using service by consuming system resources. Prevent denial of service attacks by applying the latest security updates. Common DOS attacks. Ping of death, scene of flood, no, DDoS, Smurf attack. Network attack mitigation, backup, upgrade, update, and patch, keeping up to date to the latest developments. Enterprises need to keep current and latest versions of antivirus software. Patches for all known vulnerabilities must be applied. A central patch server for managing a large number of servers and systems. Patches should be installed without user intervention. Authentication, authorization, and accounting. AAA services provide access control and network device. Authentication, access a resource. Authorization, what they can do. Accounting, actions performed while accessing resource. The, the AAA framework can be very helpful for mitigating network attacks. So these are some of the preventions that can help us and avoid the network attacks. Firewalls. A firewall controls the traffic and helps prevent unauthorized access. Techniques for determining what is permitted or denied access to a network include packet filtering, application filtering, URL filtering, and stateful packet inspection. Endpoint security. Common endpoints are laptops, desktop servers, smartphones, and tablets. Securing endpoint devices is challenging. Employees need to be trained on proper use of the network. Policies often include the use of antivirus software and host intrusion prevention. Most comprehensive endpoint security solutions rely on network access control. Device security overview. Default settings are dangerous because they are well known. Cisco routers have the Cisco Auto Secure feature. In addition, the following apply for most systems. Change default username and password immediately. Restrict access to system resources to authorized individuals only. Turn off unnecessary services. Update any software and install any security patches prior to production operation. Passwords. Use strong passwords. A strong password has is at least 8 characters, preferably 10 or more. A mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, symbols, and spaces. No repetition. No common dictionary words. No letter or number sequences. No usernames, relative or pet names, and no other easily identifiable piece of information. Misspelled words changed often. Cisco routers support the use of phrase made of many words, which is called a passphrase. Basic security practices. Strong passwords are only as useful as they are secret. Secret password encryption commands encrypts the passwords in the configuration. Security passwords mean length command ensures the configured passwords have a minimum specified length. Blocking several consecutive login attempts help minimize password brute force attack. Login block for 120 attempts, 3 within 60 will block login attempts for 120 seconds if there are 3 failed login attempts within 60 seconds. Exec time automatically disconnect idle users on a line. Enable SSH that is not secure. It is highly recommended to use SSH for remote shell protocol. To configure Cisco devices support SSH take 4 steps. Step 1. Ensure the router has a unique host name and the IP domain name. Step 2. Generate the SSH keys. Step 3. Create a local username. Enable VTY inbound SSH sessions. Router can now be remotely accessed only by using SSH. 11.3 Basic Network Performance. Interpreting ping results using the ping command is an effective way to test connectivity. Use the Internet Control Message Protocol to verify layered connectivity. Help to identify source of problem. What do these connectivity characters tell? Extended ping al- allows us allows for more options. Network baseline built over a period of time save results from commands such as ping or trace along with error messages and response times. Timestamp for later comparison. Increased response time could indicate latency issue. The trace route and trace route command interpret a trace message, returns a list of hops as a packet is routed through a network. Use traceroute for Windows-based systems. Use traceroute for Cisco iOS and Unix-based systems. Extended traceroute allows adjustment of parameters. Command terminates with destination response with an ICMP echo reply. User entraps the trace with the escape sequence. Show commands. The Cisco IOS CLI show commands are powerful troubleshoot tools. The show commands display configuration files, checking the status of device interfaces and processes, and verifying the device operational status. The status of nearly every process or function of the router can be displayed using the show command. Some of the more popular show commands are show running config, show interfaces, show ARP, show IP route, show protocols, and show version. Host and iOS commands. The ipconfig command. Display IP and default gateway information on Windows-based computer. What do these commands display? ipconfig all and ipconfig display DNS. The ipconfig all, it shows the ipconfig for all interfaces, while the ipconfig display DNS, it shows all the DNS or the IP configuration, DNS addresses. The ARP command, the ARP -a command lists all devices currently in the ARP cache of the host. And the cache can be used the ARP-d command. Host and iOS commands. The show the CDP neighbors command. CDP is a Cisco proprietary protocol that runs the data link layer. Two or more Cisco network devices can learn about each other even if layer 3 connectivity does not exist. CTP can be a security risk. To disable CTP globally, use the global configuration command no CTP run. To disable CTP on interfaces, use the interface command no CTP enable. The show IP interface brief command displays a summary of the key information for all the network interfaces on the router. Verify the status of the switch interfaces. Debugging. The debug command allows the administrator to display messages generated by the following processes in real time for analysis: iOS processes, protocols, mechanisms, events, undebug all terms of all debug commands. What are available debug commands? The terminal monitor command displays the log messages while connected remotely, such as SSH. Stop displaying the log messages, terminal no monitor. Network troubleshooting. Basic troubleshooting approaches. Identify the problem, establish a theory of probable causes, test the theory to determine cause, establish a plan of action to resolve the problem, and implement the solution. Verify full system functionality and implement preventive measures, document findings, actions, and outcomes. Verify and monitor solution. What I use. Troubleshoot cables and interfaces, duplex operation, direction of data transmission between two devices. Two connected internet network interfaces should operate in the same duplex mode for best performance. Duplex mismatch. Log messages can indicate duplex mismatches. Troubleshooting scenarios, IP addressing issues on iOS devices, manual assignment mistakes, DHCP related issues, IP addressing issues on end devices, 169.254.0.0/16 on Windows-based system. ipconfig to verify IP addresses assigned to a Windows-based system. Default gateway issues, unable to communicate outside the network. ipconfig to verify default gateway assigned to a Windows-based system. Troubleshooting DNS issues, ipconfig slash all to determine DNS server use. NS lookup to manually place DNS queries and analyze DNS response. Chapter 5 Summary. Explain how a small network can scale into a larger network. Configure switches and routers to device hardening features to enhance security. Use common show commands and utilities to establish a relative performance baseline for the network. Apply troubleshooting methodologies and command host and iOS commands to resolve problems. Explain how a small network of directly connected segments is created, configured, and verified. So this chapter 11 just shows us how to secure our network from small to large network, and how we can troubleshoot some of the problems in the network by using some of the iOS commands. That's it for me, chapter 11. That's it for me, chapter 11 summary, and thank you for watching and goodbye.